Hi everybody, and thanks for watching another SM Scrapper video. In this video I am going to show you the Drunken Scotch technique. No, we're not drinking anything, we're not, getting drunk or anything like that, but the reason why it's called Drunken Scotch is because we're using alcohol inks and Scotch glue. So, Drunken Scotch. Clever, huh? I learned this technique from a friend of mine, Dale. You can find her at Dale Rose 600. And her friend Barbara, I believe, was the one who taught her how to do this technique. So thank you so much, Dale, for showing me. She showed us, me and my friends, a while back. And I know Janet, Nana Jail54, made a video of it. And I just wanted to make a video for you guys because I know a lot of people didn't watch her video. Plus, I just really think that this technique is so awesome and it's super simple, super easy and fast to do. So let's just get started. For this tutorial, you're going to need alcohol inks. I'm particularly going to be using the rust color, terracotta, and the espresso. So we're going to use these three. We're also going to use some Scotch glue. This is any, clear glue. You could use any. I'm using this one. It has very thick consistency, so I have good control over it. But you could also use, for example, this one, the Elmer's washable clear glue, and this is really inexpensive. This is just a little runnier than the Scotch, but any clear glue will do. I'm also going to be using some metallic rubs. You can use Rub and Buff, whatever. I'm just going to use this metallic rub-ons. This is from Craft Products Inc. I bought this at Joann's, and basically it's just, like Rub and Buff, but in like a palette, like this. And these are all metallic colors, so you just, would see? It's Rub and Buff, basically. So that's that, and you're going to need a piece of chipboard or the surface where you're going to make the technique. And also I like to use workable fixative at the end to fix in the Rub and Buff on the final product. So let's get started. First I'm going to use a bird cage to show you how the technique works. You could use anything, a frame, a buckle, whatever. Anything where you would like the technique, the texture to be, that's what you're going to use. This is what we're going to end up with, kind of. I hope you can tell. That's the technique. I use different alcohol inks in this one, but just so you know what we're working for. So, we're going to take the chipboard I'm going to use, in this case the Tim Holtz bird cage, and we're going to take the glue, and you're going to put the glue on the surface. You're going to make sure you put enough in there to coat the piece that you're working with very well. Make sure that you do cover, all the areas. You don't leave any empty spaces. Just for the sake of the tutorial, I don't think I'm going to do the whole bird cage. I'm going to do just part of it. I hope you could see what I'm doing. Let me just put it up a little bit. Basically, that's what I'm doing. Just putting the glue right on top. Because this is going to be the binder that's going to get the texture going on this project. So make sure you cover the surface very well. I'm going to try to do just the bottom. Try not to get the glue over the edge because you don't want it to, make a mess. Because we're going to be using our heat gun. I forgot to mention that in the materials that we'll be using. So you just push the glue in, and as you can see, this glue is very thick. so it doesn't like run all over the place. It stays on where I want it to stay. I just want to make sure everything's in there nicely. Okay, that's going to be good enough for the tutorial. Then we're going to take our alcohol inks, and I'm going to start with the terracotta. That's one of my lightest colors. And you're just going to drop, you're going to drop little drops of alcohol ink where you want it to be. Go. And it'll just, run all over the design. And don't worry about it because it's really wet. You don't have to rush or anything. It's not drying or anything like that. Then I'm going to take my rust, which is a very similar color to the terracotta. It's just a tiny bit darker. Like, it has a brown, how can I explain? Like a more brownish tone to it, less red to it. It's a little bit darker, not too much. And then I'm going to take my espresso. There you go. And I'm going to continue dropping the ink. I hope you're able to see what I'm doing. As you can see, it runs by itself. Try not to squeeze too hard your alcohol ink because you don't want to make too much of a mess. I'm making a little bit of a mess, but it doesn't matter. I'm doing it under the craft mat, so it's okay. You can clean it afterwards. Alright, so I'm happy with that. So as you can see, I covered the entire surface that I put the glue on with the alcohol inks. Okay, just for my sake, because I like everything to be clean all the time, and so you don't see this mess, I'm going to wipe this off, but you don't have to. You could just leave it like that. And you're going to take your heat gun, and you're going to heat the areas. I'm going to try to bring it up so you can see what goes on. It takes a little while. I'm doing the corner first. So you're going to wait for the glue to start bubbling. I hope you can see what's happening. You don't want to burst the bubbles, so you got to be very careful. I just want to make sure. See? It's bubbling up because it's, the heat is heating up, and you could see the texture coming through. See what's happening. See how the glue bubbles up? And when you take the heat away, the texture stays. So you're going to do that. See it bubbling? All over your image. I'm sorry. Let's move this a little bit. And I want to get this to blow up a little bit more. And then sink down again. So you're going to continue heating your glue until you get the texture that you want. Again, you don't want to blow up the bubbles. You just want to heat them up so the ink can be moved around. Okay, let me just show you what's going on. So as you can see, the glue has like bubbled up, and the ink has moved around. So that's the effect I'm sorry, there you go. That's the effect that you want. You gotta make sure that you cover your chipboard with enough glue so it can bubble up, and also so you don't have I'm sorry, it's not there you go. So you don't have empty spaces. I didn't do such a good job. Like in some areas, like over here, you can tell that I didn't put enough glue right there. But it's okay because, you know, rust is not perfect, right? Basically, that's what we're trying to make it look like rust. So after you do that, you're going to let this dry for about 20 minutes, I would say 30 minutes at the most, because right now, if you touch this, the glue is still wet and the bubble is just going to burst and you're going to get glue and ink all over your hands, and you don't want that. So you put that aside and it'll dry and it'll look like this once it's dry. See, you can touch it. It's really hard and the texture's there. And then you're going to take some rub and buff, or as in my case, these little metallic rubs, and you're going to just take your finger, see, and you're going to rub it all over your piece, like that. I'm using gold and a little bit of this brown. I'm also going to be using a little bit of this green, because you know rust sometimes gets a little bit green, like patina looking. So basically that's what it's going to come out. Let me see if I can get like a white piece of paper to put this against so you can see in detail. Oops, this is dirty. There you go. See in detail what it ends up looking like. It ends up looking like wrought iron or something that's been trusted or treated over time, like it's a little rusty. Let me see. See? So that's what it looks like once you're done with the rub and buff. You know, I had already started to put up here, so that's why I finished quickly. So you could put as much as you want or as little as you want of the metallic. I just want you to get the look at the texture of this. It's so cool. See? It looks like if you, I don't know, if you took aluminum foil or something and crumpled it up. That's kind of what it looks like. And then after that, what I usually like to do is take my workable fixative, go to a well-ventilated area, and spray that. So the metallic rub stays put on there, and it doesn't come off with your hands. Because if you do, like for example, let me see. This is, see my finger? Wait, hold on. Come on, focus. There you go. You see my finger? This one is completely clean. But if I go like this, over here, it'll get dirty, see? Hold on. I don't know if you could see. See? I got all dirty because the metallic is not fixed down there. So I usually don't like to wait. I just put some of this, spray some of this in there, and it'll keep everything on there. It won't come off. So that's the Drunken Scotch technique. I hope you liked it. I hope you try it out and you tell me what you think. And if you have any questions, please leave me a comment. Thank you so much, Dale, for teaching us this technique. I love it. It's super cool. And thank you, girls, for watching. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.